I've never understood when people say healthy food tastes bad. There are people, not everyone, but there are people who are not in the fitness community, who aren't living that healthy lifestyle. They're just, getting by with whatever they eat and whatnot. They're not really paying attention to their calories, their macros, overall nutrition. They just don't care. Some of them have the excuse that healthy food tastes bad, and that's why I don't eat healthy. Healthy foods don't taste bad because healthy foods taste bad. That doesn't make any sense. The reality of it is that you just suck at cooking. All right, don't be pointing your fingers at the broccoli, hey, you taste bad, or the apples, you taste bad, or the plain white rice, or that bland chicken breast. They don't taste bad because they're healthy. They taste bad because of you. You are the root of the problem here. How does someone live their entire life without learning how to cook, especially now that you're in your 20s, your 30s, or even older? How do you not know how to cook? Like, I just don't understand that. Like, if you get with a partner and they don't know how to cook, but you do, you're pretty much going to be the slave in the kitchen. All right, you're going to be the one who's always cooking all the time. When cooking doesn't have to be that kind of like one-person dynamic. It could be something that you both do together. You both spend time to have fun in the kitchen and cook together. It doesn't have to be one person. I just feel at that point, you're just taking care of the person. It's just such a fundamental skill. And I just don't understand when I see people who can't do it and they're far surpassed their 20s. In their 20s, okay, now this is when you can do it. But when you're past your 20s and you can't cook, like, dude, come on. What have you been doing? It doesn't take long to learn how to cook. It really doesn't. I'm not ignorant enough to not be aware that people are raised differently. So yes, maybe their parents raised them in a way in which they never let them touch the kitchen, they never let them touch the stoves and stuff like that. They're like, just don't worry, we're gonna cook. Or they were just being fed boxed goods for like, who knows how long. But now you're in your 20s. You're kind of your own person, you're an adult at this point. You're able to make your own decisions. So you can choose to learn how to cook. There's no excuse at this point. If you don't know how to cook, that's on you. You can't blame your parents for that one. When I tell you to go out there and learn how to cook, I'm not telling you to go out there and be Gordon Ramsay or to become the next Gordon Ramsay or to even surpass Gordon Ramsay. You can't do that, and that's okay. I'm telling you to just learn the basics. The basics are crucial in order for you to get creative in the kitchen. Creativity in the kitchen allows you to make healthy food taste good. It just goes hand in hand. What makes learning to cook easy is that you don't just have the recipes that you can follow to just make whatever dish you're looking for. You have YouTube at your disposal, okay? There are so many videos on learning how to cook. Now, you don't want to go and search up videos that teach you how to cook like this. That's just counterproductive. I don't know what you're doing there. You want to find videos that teach you how to cook like this.
Sweetness, tartness, acidic, and then just sprinkle over your nice almonds.
There's just, you have a huge source of like information on learning how to do this one thing. And it's fail-proof too, because they're showing you exactly how to do it with the exact measurements. Sometimes a recipe, I understand you can mess up here and there, but with a video showing you exactly what to do to the T, there's no excuse. One of the greatest things of being able to cook, it says something about you and makes you stand out amongst the people who don't cook. Because being able to cook says, I know how to take care of myself. This is an essential skill to survive, and I know how to do it. Meaning that I am self-sufficient. It's just important in every aspect. Cooking isn't boring. Just like everything else in life, when you're not good at something, of course, it's not going to be of any interest to you. It's going to be boring at first. But once that little creativity sparks, once you've got the fundamentals down, you have the basics of how to cook, the creativity just, it's right there in your head. You're like, I can't wait to try this recipe out. Oh, look at this. What if I did it this way? A recipe is never just static. All right, it's not like, this is what you have to do to make this dish. Sure, in the beginning it's fine, it's best to follow a recipe so you don't mess up and you kind of understand what you're doing and how to do things. But once you've followed enough recipes, once you've cooked enough, you can really customize any recipe. You could just have fun. You can get wild in the kitchen and make some of the craziest dishes that are enjoyable. Sometimes not, it happens, you make mistakes and it doesn't go to how you planned, but it's fine. At the end of the day, cooking is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be this chore of sorts. Now the hardest part when it comes to cooking is like, where do I begin? Where do I start honing my skills? What do I start with? The simplest thing you could do is trying to cook eggs. All right, whether you fry it, boil it, scramble it, whatever variation you choose, Eggs are the easiest things to start with, especially scrambled eggs. All right, scrambled eggs are very hard to mess up. I mean, at least I believe so. There are, people out there who have messed up scrambled eggs, I guarantee it. But it's insanely hard to mess it up, and it's the easiest thing to start off with. Go out and try to learn how to do scrambled eggs. Even learn how to boil water and like cook pasta in boiled water. I think these are like the bare minimum of things to kind of like jumpstart your culinary game. All right, in the beginning, don't worry if the recipe is super healthy or not. All right, you don't have to worry about that right now. You have no grasp or concept of how to cook. Just learn how to cook in the beginning. All right, if you want it to be healthy, you have the options of choosing like a carb, a protein, and some vegetables, which most dishes have already. You can make pasta with meat and veggies on the side. You can make rice, a stir fry with a protein in it. Something simple like that if you want to really get started with eating healthy right off the bat, but don't stress out about it whether it's healthy or not in the beginning, especially when you're just learning how to cook. Just learn how to cook before what's the saying? Learn to walk before you run, kind of thing, okay? Once you've grasped the basics of how to cook, you've experimented with multiple recipes, you've tried many things, now you're ready to start making them healthy. Because now you have a base, which allows you to become creative. And my biggest form of advice, if you want to make any dish healthier, like automatically more healthier and less calories, just reduce the amount of fats that you use. If the recipe tells you to use olive oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, whatever it is, try to go and find it in a spray. I know that most grocery stores sell it like some form of canned spray of the oil, and it's so much easier. I find with actual oils, it's easy to overconsume. It's very hard to eyeball it, even when you're trying to put a teaspoon or a tablespoon. It's just, it's all annoying. All right, the spray is so much faster. You just go like, shh, bam, 1 second, you're done. You slam whatever you got in the frying pan, you let it cook, easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's all I got for this video. I just made it on the whim. I genuinely hate the argument of healthy food tastes bad. It just doesn't exist. In the long run, you just suck at cooking. Like literally learn how to cook you can make any healthy food taste good at that point. Why? Because you have the knowledge to make things taste good now. Don't just opt out on wasting money on going out to eat out all the time. Like, dude, you spend so much money if you eat out for every meal. All right, and the thing is, cooking doesn't even have to be hard. You can cook in bulk. You can even meal prep if you want to. Just take a whole weekend, have fun, meal prep things that you want to eat throughout the week. You don't have to eat the bland, same things all the time. I'm not saying that is bad. It works for some people, but there are people out there who can't do that. So that they can't just go and eat chicken, rice, and broccoli every single day. They can't do it. Why? Because that's just not how they work. That doesn't work for them. And that's okay. You can meal prep things that you like for the week that you want to eat. That tastes good. You just have to make time. This came off more so like very ranty, more so because I did not prepare anything for it. This was just something I was sitting alone by myself and I was thinking about it. This really bothers me about people. And I felt like I really needed to get it off my chest and just share it with anybody else who wants to listen and who gives a damn. And yeah, as always, hit the thumbs up button and like the video if you did. It really helps out the channel, and most importantly, it helps out me. It gives me a better direction of where I'm supposed to go or where I should go with my content. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. I'm just making videos on things I either find are important for people to know about or either interesting that I want to share with other people. If you didn't like the video, well, I don't really care. You probably didn't make it this far anyway, so that's cool, bro. You do you. Subscribe for some of that more quality content, and Cujo's out and about. Peace out, Girl Scout. I'll see you guys next time.